Adam Thompson here from Restore Native Plant Nursery. We've got a clear purpose, making it easier for farmers to plant native trees on their non-productive land. We've got years of experience in projects on farms, and we can help achieve the same great results for riparian and revegetation planting on your farm. We can deliver native trees no matter where you are in the North Island, and we offer a full service from planning to site prep, planting and maintenance too. For some advice, and if you'd like to know more, check out our current catalogue online, restorenative.co.nz.
Haven't caught up with the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Deputy Prime Minister for a while, and that's because he's been globe-trotting around the world, touting for a bit of trade. Winston, since we last chatted, I think you've been in Egypt, Poland, Belgium, Sweden and the US. How did it go?
Well, a hectic trip, but if we want to expand our export potential and our wealth in this country, we're going to have to get out there and work very, very hard around the world and find new markets and find opportunities for New Zealand businesses who are doing very well, but they need help. And where we can help, we've got to do that. And that's what the purpose was. For example, we were in Turkey and saw that over 200 of their Coast Guard's utilities in terms of motors are all coming from Hamilton Jets. Now, that's a tremendous contract. And then when it comes to earthquake and seismic refitting, New Zealand is the world leader in that, and we were helping out there as well. So there's two businesses we haven't heard about much back here, but where we are doing extraordinarily well, and we've got to multiply that over and over again to be successful.
Other economies around the world, and I'll look namely at the US economy, appear to be on the rebound, albeit slowly. We're still stuck in the doldrums.
Well, that's a fact, because, if you look at where we were last year, and during the campaign I said it, that the country's in far worse shape than anybody's admitting, and we've got to prepare to turn it around, and we need to take time to do that, but there's only one way to do that, and that's hard work and being smart and being clever and being nimble about our approach internationally, and that's what we're trying to do.
Do you think Christopher Luxon's doing a good job in terms of touting for trade on the world stage? He's got you out there, he's got Todd McClay out there, he's also got Judith Collins out there, and himself, of course. So we are making a more concerted effort, I put it to you, than the previous government, because Nanaia Mahuta never went anywhere.
Well, it wasn't quite her fault, She never wanted the job in the first place, and I think it's a great shame that she was forced to take the job on. And when you have that circumstance, you get inertia, and that's what we're turning around. We're no longer disconnected or failing to connect. We're making every post a winning post, so to speak. That's why we've been to India, Indonesia. The Prime Minister's been to Singapore, so have I. He's been to Thailand, he's been to the Philippines. And these are economies which we have got to reconnect with the greatest of speed. We have lost opportunity, and we've got to make it up as fast as we can. And we need to tell New Zealanders what the problem is.
Have you been to Aussie? Would you be welcome over there after your comments about the former Foreign Minister Bob Carr?
I've been to Australia and got into Melbourne to see the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I've got no comment to make on that other than this is the kind of controversy the media love, because they're not interested in mainstream media in the main. In detail, they're interested in headlines and extravagant comments about the polls and all sorts of things, which is what you've witnessed over the last week. It's not hilarious, it's just sad.
Margie, you're behaving like a choir boy compared to Julianne Genter. You've been in Parliament, I reckon, for 6 decades, or part thereof. Have you ever seen anything like her display in the House the other night?
Well, it's been rare. It's almost those sorts of displays are 25 years apart. I may have seen 3 of them, and they've all had the same consequence. The reality is the Green Party is in serious trouble, and contrary to what the mainstream media are saying, they are in serious difficulty. They've got one member has been suspended on full pay for months now. Another person now is not there at Parliament, working from home. You've got all sorts of things yet to come out, and so the New Zealanders people need to know what's going on here, and I wish more microscopic attention was being paid to that, and not the silly stuff that we've been subjected to in the last 24 hours.
You have to make a speech, I think, today at some stage to the New Zealand-China Council. How will that go with your pro-American stance? Look,
here we go again. You see, I made a speech, and what I said was that what we were talking about, which we inherited from Labor, that's the Aukus discussion, and Labor began that in September of 2021, 3 years ago, It was something not to do with a military alliance, but an alliance to do with technology and things like that. If we, in the future, having examined it all, are first invited to be part of it and be accepted that we will be part of it. We're a long way from that, and you've got all sorts of people from the former Prime Minister, Helen Clark, and others rushing to judgment. They've got no basis to make those comments at all. And here's my challenge to them. What did you say in September of 2021, 2022, and 2023? Nothing, not a murmur, not a mutter, not a syllable, not a sound, until we inherit it and carry on the work, and all of a sudden it's headlining.
Can I ask you about the loss of jobs in the civil service? I think the tally is now up over 3,000. Is it too harsh, or is this just a natural realignment after 6 years of bloated bureaucracy under a Labor-led government?
Well, it's a realignment because there was a massive increase in the civil service. Over 14,000 were coming in over a period of time, and there was no evidence that there was any change in the outcomes. It was just billions of dollars being spent, and so a lot of these so-called losses of employment are jobs that are not being refilled from vacancies. It's not as clear as some people think, and what we've got to do is get out of the way of the business people of this country and the ordinary citizens of this country and the taxpayers of this country and get better outcomes, get better progress going forward. And none of that was happening with all this bloated bureaucracy. That's as clear as daylight.
Just a final comment from you, and I know you can't really say anything about this as Foreign Minister, but I know you're a political junkie, so you must be watching what's happening in the US with great interest. This could possibly be one of the most fascinating presidential elections in history.
Well, there many times have been fascinating, but yes, you're quite right. But as a Foreign Minister, I do not make comments about overseas countries and their politics, which is one of the reasons why this controversy happened just the other day, because someone came into this country and used the BS word about what we were thinking when we weren't thinking about it at all, and said that it functioned at Parliament. Now, in the end, we don't talk like that when we're offshore. We don't, for example, talk like that about China or America, or dare I say it, Niue, the Tokala Islands or Samoa or Cook Islands. We respect their right to be a nation state. That's what this issue's about.
Hey, when it comes to defamation, Mr. Peters, I guess this is not your first rodeo, as you would say. You're a bit of an expert.
Well, yeah, something I've had the media making all these headlines in the past, and I've been sued for over $7 million, and I've won the whole lot. So, I just kind of think these people ought to get a grip and better still get a lesson in history.
Yeah, I reckon you're just happy to be the ex-MP for Tauranga. Hey, thank you very much for your time on The Country today. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.